Waiting on YouTube to go live. And in 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody. It's Matt from RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. Thank you for joining us here on YouTube every Monday. We're here answering your Royal Caribbean Cruise questions. We're going to answer as many questions as we possibly can. Start with the most important question. How many days until your next Royal Caribbean Cruise? Type your countdown in chat. Let us count down together. My next cruise coming up in just a couple weeks on Freedom of the Seas. Very excited for that one. I've been on Freedom a little while. By a little while, not this year. I think I was on there maybe last year or something. But getting back on Freedom is my next cruise. And yeah, back here at the studio again. It's nice to be back here and answer your cruise questions. We had a super chat before the broadcast began. Chris Stell, who I met on board Oasis. Thank you, Chris, for the super chat. 14 Monday chats to Icon. Thanks, Matt, for taking a moment to stop and chat with Stacy and myself on Oasis. It meant the world to us knowing how busy you are, must be during group cruise. Thanks for all you do. Hey, man, I was, to meet Chris Stell, who's in here like every single week, was truly my honor. So thank you for your super chat. And, of course, thanks for being here every week, my friend. Appreciate you. How crowded? Whoa, we got a new interface. Whoa. This is different. Okay, me likey. How crowded Royal Caribbean Beach Club at Nassau will be? Often 3 ships dock at the same time. Well, don't forget, the beach club, unlike Perfect Day Coco Key, is not, everybody can't go there. There's a hard capacity to it. I think it's around, don't quote me, I'd have to look it up, but I think it's around like, let's just say 2,000 passengers maximum. I'm just putting a number out there. I think it's maybe plus or minus 500 people. But it can and probably will sell out in that particular scenario. So it's not like Coco Key where everybody can go there. They sell admission to it, and you need to purchase a pass. It's kind of like the Coco Beach Club, if you want an analogy. That kind of makes some sense there. We also had a super chat from Frank Fusco. Hey, Frank, thanks for the super chat. Happy Monday from Wonder of the Sea, starting dinner at Matt's favorite spot, 150 Central Park. Thanks again, Matt and crew, for all the greatest advice. New menu at Mason Jar. We'll try them all just for you. Nice. First of all, I'm jealous. You're on Wonder, and you get to try the Mason Jar. The restaurant at the Mason Jar is great. I think it's good, but the bar is great. I love the bar scene there. That is why I love the Mason Jar. Usually when I talk about restaurants like 150 Central Park or Chops or Izumi, I'm talking about the food primarily, the dining experience. But at Mason Jar, I think the bar experience is indeed better. So yeah, hope that makes sense. Thank you, Frank, for your generosity. And guys, we are here to answer your Royal Caribbean Cruise questions. Type your questions in chat. We'll answer as many questions as we possibly can today. I do see Donna Holt is here. I see Samantha is here. Hello, Samantha. Hope you're doing well. Can't believe you didn't go for a walk. It's really nice out. Grade 8 is here. Tony Diaz in the house. A lot of great countdowns in here. Fantastic. Felix is here. What's up, Felix? Buenos tardes. Buenos dias. None of your business is currently on Star of the Seas. I am jealous. I miss Star of the Seas. I will not be there until spring break. Potato Fan. Uh-oh. Here we go. Potato Fan. What dish do you recommend to have to try for a 3-day cruise on Ovation? Oh, French onion soup in the main dining room. There you go. Easy peasy. That's a good one. Ron Ladowski is here. Hello, Ron. Hope you are doing well, my friend. When does the beach club open? It opens, the official opening date is December 23rd. They're going to do some soft openings before that, somewhere between December 14th and the 23rd. That's on an invite basis, but the official opening date is the 23rd. And of course, the 23rd and beyond in December is when you can actually, just purchase a pass straight up. They'll do some soft openings, though, as I mentioned before that. Grayson, first time catching live, 104 days till star. Nice. Hey, Drew, thank you for the super chat, my friend. Do I see a message from you? Real Drew. Wait, try that again. Nope. Well, thank you for the super chat. If you got a comment, I'd be happy to read it for you. Oh, yes, Slew Dog, thanks for reminding me. Thank you. Members chat will be not this Monday, not today, next Monday. We will be doing, that's the 27th, is that right? Yes. So next Monday, immediately following our Monday chat, will be the members only stream here. I was going to do it this week, but I wanted to give you guys more notice. So basically, next Monday we will do the this usual chat here at 7:30, and then immediately afterwards, only our club members will be able to join us for the following hour there, or half hour, whatever it is. Susan Westfall, 200 days of my sister's birthday cruise. I gotta say, Susan, I did not get enough time to chat with you on this past cruise on Oasis. Hope you had a great time. But seeing that we end up booking the same cruises all the time anyway, next time that happens, let's grab a coffee together. Let's see here. Next question. Hey, Law Floating Adventures is here. Welcome. Just got off the Wonder of the Seas. Marcelo, I'm on November 2nd on Star, and the shows are still not open to book. Is there any intel? Unfortunately, not. Royal Caribbean, when it has new ships, they tend to have a lag factor. Like if you're going on Oasis, you can pretty much book your entertainment like about a month out. With the new ships, for whatever reason, the system takes longer to get on that cadence, and it takes a little while. So basically, the answer to your question is no. There's no intel or any like, oh, don't this many days. You just have to keep on checking, and eventually it will show up there. I wish there was a better answer than that. Let's see. Next question is from Jamie. What is the closest you can change or buy excursions and packages leading up to your sailing? It actually tells you at the very bottom, Jamie. If you're in the cruise planner, I can't speak for the app. If you're on the Cruise Planner website and you scroll all the way to the bottom of any page there, it says the exact time and date, but it's usually 48 hours beforehand. I think we saw, I saw, wait, where did it go? There was an easy question. I had an easy one. I could have had a layup over there. No, there was Marcel. Where did it go? No, wait, that was Jamie's question. I found it. Chicago, when will Alaska 2027 open? I thought it was today. No. This is a very common misconception, my friend. It is the week of October 20th. The week of. It's never the Monday. It means the week of, which means any day between today and Friday. Almost always it's like Wednesday-ish, maybe tomorrow, late night, maybe Wednesday night. Usually it's no later than Thursday, but it's the week of. So any of the deployments, Chicago GP, it's the week of, but it's rarely actually Monday. All right, we have some super chats coming in here, so let me get to those. And WKQ9Z, thank you for the super chat. We are live from Harmony this season. I enjoyed my first lava flow with Kraken rum, and I must say it was very delicious. Thanks, Matt, for that suggestion. You are very welcome. It's the gift that keeps on giving a lot of calories, but they're worth it, baby. They're worth it. Hey, Lisa, can anybody go on the group cruise? Sure. When we do a group cruise, and these are regular cruises in which I invite you guys, our Real Green Blog viewers, to join us for it. They're basically cruises in which we do special events for folks who are on board. I would say that most of the events are open to everybody, but there are some events only open to folks who book with MEI Travel. But the good news is MEI Travel can book anybody. It doesn't matter which country you live in, they can book you. Let's see here. We have another super chat coming in from Halcio. Hello? Is it me or is it? No? There we go. Hey, Halcio. I don't know if my internet or the interface. But anyway, thank you for the super chat. Hi, Matt. I think I'll try video poker on my next cruise. Have you ever played that? What types of video poker are more common on Royal Caribbean ships? I haven't. I don't know how to really play poker, but I do know some friends of mine do play that video poker. That is, in fact, one of our friends, if I'm not mistaken, didn't like Ashley win like a lot of money playing video poker. So you're asking the wrong person. I've seen people play video poker. I've been at the machine that you can play video poker. I have no idea. There's jacks are better. That one I know. If I'm really bored and slightly desperate, I'll play jacks are better because that requires very little skill. It's basically jacks are better and you win. And it's kind of like matching cards. But beyond that, yeah. Michelle Prose is here. Hello. I think we have some more super chats coming in here. DJ Dr. Bull, thank you for the super chat. 13 days to Utopia. It's going to be our first time on Diamond Tier. Congratulations. Other than drinks, what benefits should we keep an eye out for? Good questions. Number one would be reserved seating. When you go to a theater on Utopia, like the Aqua Theater, the main theater, the ice skating show, There are reserved seats over there for Diamond, Diamond Plus, Pinnacle key members. So look for that. Trying to think. I mean, there used to be priority embarkation. That's no longer the case. There is, technically speaking, on disembarkation day, there's a disembarkation lounge. Obviously, the thing though to really, I think when you're Diamond, the big things are the drinks. You already know about that. Access to the Crown Lounge. That's a biggie. Crown Lounge has been moved on Utopia. It's now up on deck 15, I believe. 16. I think it's 16. Anyway, it's up there and you have access to that. The great thing about the Crown Lounge is it's very popular in the evening from like 5 to 7:30. I think it's overrated for that time. What's really great about it is there's a 24-hour coffee machine that's complimentary in there. So you can get not only a cup of coffee, but also a latte or an espresso. So that's free. That's great. And there are hors d'oeuvres served there. They'll have them in dinner time in the evening hours, as well as there's like light snacks in the afternoon. And again, light snacks and breakfast time. And of course, the Diamond Concierge is in there. The Diamond Concierge can help you with any kind of billing or logistical problems you may have. Think of them kind of like guest services, if you will. So there you go. Captain Bob became a club member. Thank you, Captain Bob, for your support, my friend. Next Monday, we'll be doing our members only live chat. Do you have a mascot for Royal Caribbean blog? I don't. I'm scared to even ask what you think our mascot should be. And no, it will definitely not be a Gator. We're not supporting the Florida Gators here. Aaron Ross. Aaron, thank you for the super chat. Have you ever considered a group cruise on Celebrity? Yes, we have. The problem is I would love to do a group cruise on Celebrity. The issue is just timing. It's just like, I got kids in school still, and it's hard to find time to get away from all those things. And whether they come with us or not, there's a lot of logistical things. I would love to do one, but it hasn't occurred yet, obviously. But it is an idea we have bounced around. So to answer your question, yes, we've definitely considered it. Hey, Matt, first time here. Yeah, right. Place stay in Fort Lauderdale. Please tell my wife that we need more than 2 cruises booked. You need more than 2 cruises booked, for sure. 2 cruises booked. How do you sleep at night? Place stay in Fort Lauderdale. We just recently stayed at the Pier 60. Bob, if you want a hoity-toity, pinkies up, really like luxurious day, Pier 66 is great. Otherwise, the Embassy Suites on 17th Street is really good. Also, my go-to spot, though, is the Marriott Fort Lauderdale Airport Hotel. That one is quite nice as well. And Captain Bob, thank you for your generosity. I didn't even see the super chat, but thank you, my friend. Appreciate you. And Chicago GP, you are very welcome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Carolyn, been a club member for 1 month. Let's go. Can casino points be combined like a companion card on some land-based casinos? Points, no. Offers, yes. So if you have the same exact offer, and Carolyn, it has to be the same code, same category. Like when you I don't know if it's like you, but here I'll get a card from Royal Caribbean through the casino, and my wife will get one. It comes on the same day, but actually, when you look at the offer code, the code is different. Like there's like 1 letter off or 1 number off. Can't combine those. But as an example, Carolyn, if you reach Prime and you have your annual free cruise, that one you can use it. So instead of like 2 inside rooms, you can combine them for like I think an Ocean View or something like that. So it's got to be the same exact code, but you can't combine points. Like if you have points, it's not like if you and your spouse or something like that, doesn't work that way. They're individual accounts. You have to book shows on Anthem. You do. I mean, you don't have to. You don't have to book reservations for shows on any ship. However, you should, because they give you basically a spot in there and you don't have to wait in a standby line. So, Paul, you don't have to book it, but you should, because basically when you get to the theater, there will be 2 lines: people with a reservation, people without. People with a reservation get in first, and then people without are admitted, provided there is room available at the end. So you should, but you don't have to. When is the best time of the year to go to Alaska? I am of the opinion, some of you might disagree with me on this, I'm of the opinion to go early in the season before the mega crowds and mega prices descend upon Alaska. In my opinion, I like going to Alaska either in the month of May or early June. July has got great weather and it'll be pretty warm up there. But the problem with July is the crowds. The mosquitoes come a little later in the summer, but I think the crowds and the heat, I prefer it to be a little, not chilly, but like brisker, I guess is the right way to put it. So that's why, and it's also cheaper to go in June. So it's less crowded, costs a little bit less, and it's not, I mean, it'll be warm. It's not going to be cold, but, a little, I don't know. To me, it's more seasonal. It feels like Alaska. So that's the reason I like that. September is also a cheap month to go. It's actually probably the cheapest month to go, Big Daddy. The problem with September is that it can be very cold and very rainy. It's very much a rainy season over there, more so in September. But if you want some like great last minute deals out there, yeah. 8,000. Yeah, so that's what Ashley won. By the way, hello, Craig. And also, Craig, you, my friend, are getting a shout out on one of my videos this week. $8,000 on video poker, jacks or better. Yeah, there you go. Jacks or better works. Let's see here. Ooh, Dorothy, Matt, would you say the family ocean view balcony room is pricier than booking connecting rooms? Sometimes. It depends, obviously, Dorothy. Like, it depends on, the sailing and the exact date. I have seen it go both ways. Generally speaking, what I will say, though, is it is pricier, Dorothy, if you're willing to do connecting inside rooms. If you can do that, then it probably will be cheaper or about the same price as a family ocean view or balcony room. And let me tell you something, Dorothy. I will tell you this from experience. Get the 2 rooms. I know you think, oh, no, it's a family room. Okay, that's like marketing. Get 2 rooms. You'll thank me later. It's no one, I would say nobody, but I think I have yet to see somebody say, Matt, you were wrong about connecting rooms for a family. It really is a better way of doing it. Brandon, when do you think Wonder and or Utopia will start doing longer cruises? I want to go on those ships, but I don't want to fly to Florida for just 3 or 4 day cruises. Don't know. I don't think they'll be changing it anytime soon. The reason why I say that is because Royal Caribbean is making the monies. They're doing really well with them financially. They're popular. They're doing well. They're rated well. They're making money. I think they're going to keep it in that market for the foreseeable future anyway. Don't forget, Brandon, there is Oasis 7 coming out in a couple of years, and maybe that will replace it, right? That could be the case. But I think for the foreseeable future, as in the next couple of years, it will remain doing this. Now, of course, I understand you don't want to fly to Florida for a 3 or 4 night. You could fly to Florida and then do it back-to-back, and then you get 7 nights out of it. I mean, you're right. It's not going to go to anywhere different other than Perfect Day and Coco Key, but you just said you want to see these ships. So that's a way of doing it and a way to, check it out. Oh, the floor printer is the mascot. There you go. There's our mascot, Kenny, right there. We do have Alpha. I mean, Alpha's there too. All our possible mascots are on the left. What is this? The right side of the screen. Tyler, I forgot about it. Good point, Tyler. Tyler points out that if you're a Diamond member, you get 1 free day of internet access. I forgot about that. Thank you. Good call on that. Mascot should be Alf. The problem with making Alf the mascot is we definitely cannot market that or sell anything like that. I mean, that is asking for a cease and desist letter. That's the great thing. That was the genius of Emma from Emma Cruises. She made her cat the mascot, who is totally licensable, whereas Alf, I'm pretty sure, not licensable, unfortunately. Are there any good restaurants at Port Canaveral? There are. My favorite one that I recommend is Rising Tide. It's near the port. It's really good. Much better than the other restaurants that are literally on the water. So yeah. 4th Icon class ship name predictions. Pain of the season. No. Hero seems like the name everyone thinks it's going to be. So maybe it'll be that one. Joanne, if I have the deluxe drink package and get espresso in the main dining room, is that included or charged? That is included, my friend. Included. Stephen Gull, thank you for the super chat. Oh, Stephen, I don't see your message. Stephen. Oh, what's the difference between third-party insurance and what you buy when you book a cruise to Royal Caribbean? Great question, Stephen. So the difference between Royal Caribbean insurance, let me pull up, I know where this is now. Wait. Yeah, there it is. The difference between Royal Caribbean insurance and third party, first of all, they're all third party. Royal Caribbean's insurance is provided by, is it AON Group, I believe? Basically, the coverages, what's included, when they kick in, how much they cover, things of that nature. All travel insurance is not the same. It's a lot like car insurance, Stephen. So there are cut rate insurance plans out there. There are like way over the top ones. So really what you're looking at is what does it cover? When does it cover? And how much does it cost? And this is really important. Like, are you looking for specific coverages like cancel for any reason insurance? I don't think the Royal Caribbean one offers that. That is when you say, I don't want to go on this cruise anymore. I don't have to give you an excuse for it. There's no covered reason. I want to cancel and we're past final payment date. This kicks in. Another one would be evacuation. If you were to be hospitalized and you need to be medevaced off the ship, then one policy might have that, whereas another might not. So really what you want to look at, there isn't anything wrong, by the way, with the Royal Caribbean insurance policy that you can buy through the cruise line, but you shouldn't just assume, oh, I'm just going to buy my travel insurance and I need travel insurance. I'm going to buy through Royal Caribbean. Done. You really should look at the policy and what it covers, when it covers, and how much it covers, and how much it costs, obviously. A really good tool, though, Stephen, to compare, because if you're like me, you start looking at the policy, and you're like, Alexa doing homework. You're like, so instead what you should do is go to like a comparison website. They're free to use, travelinsurance.com, insuremytrip.com. Those are two that I look at often, and they work really well. Thank you, Stephen, for the super chat, my friend. Addison Travel became a club member. Thank you, Addison. Appreciate your support. Thank you. Matthew, staying at the Marriott Fort Lauderdale Airport before my first cruise ever, and I'm glad I made a good choice. It's a great hotel. It opened in like 2021 or something like that. Very convenient. You can walk right outside the back of it, and there's a lot of shopping in Dania Beach over there. Kenny's brother lives nearby. If you need a ride somewhere, just give him a call. But it's a great hotel. It's clean. It's new. I've stayed there like 4 or 5 times, and I like it. I'm what, in your opinion, makes Royal Caribbean a more preferable choice over other cruise lines? Good question. I think there's a couple of reasons why I prefer Royal Caribbean over other lines, generally speaking. Number one, they're family friendly. They're a family cruise line. That's been probably the number one reason we tried them in the first place. Other lines, Holland America Princess, Virgin, they either don't allow kids or it's not they don't like kids, but it's a welcoming environment as a family, and I like that. Number two, Royal Caribbean is an innovator. They are an industry leader, and that makes a difference. You might say, well, who really cares? Like, it's all a cruise. The difference is in the innovation, the changes, and the things you get on board. That's a biggie. Number three is the level of entertainment. Royal Caribbean is also, in my opinion, the best in the industry with entertainment. A lot of other lines do these like not quite their approaches. They have good entertainment on a lot of it. I mean, nothing wrong with the entertainment on Carnival or Norwegian, but I think Royal Caribbeans are better. I think Royal Caribbean is the leader, and the others are trying to always match or catch up with Royal Caribbean. And then on top of that, I also feel like Royal Caribbean also does a really good job with their evening entertainment, keeping things going well beyond 10 o'clock. I feel like the energy level is really good there. And also, I think Royal Caribbean's fares pricing is basically right in the middle. There are other cruise lines that are cheaper, MSC and Carnival, namely, among others. And there are other cruise lines that cost more or give you more, but they also cost more. I feel like Royal Caribbean is still in that sweet spot, kind of that middle ground, if you will. So for those reasons, there you go. Oh man, a Flu Dog. I don't know anything about Diamond members. Clearly, I'm an idiot. Thank you for the correction. You also get a free photo for being Diamond. This is why I write it. This is why I write blog posts, so I never have to remember all these things. But very, very good one. Yeah. Let's see here. Steve Welker is here. What's up, Steve? How are you, my friend? I think KJ's backing me up on the connecting rooms here, so that's why I'm posting it over there. Cruising Chris, thank you for the super chat. 101 days celebrity constellation, 233 division. Both stop in Nassau. Want to try the Royal Beach Club? It's over $200 per person for open bar. You think there will be a Black Friday sale? I hope so. I mean, it's funny, Chris. I have a cruise going to the beach club in January, and I paid like right around that 200. I think it's like 190 or 2. It's something right around that number. But I am kind of interested to see if there will be a Black Friday sale, Chris. The question is, will the Black Friday sale bring those prices down? There's two things at play here. Number one is, hey, it's Black Friday. Black Friday, usually, I mean, the last couple of years, guys, we have seen some incredible sales. For a number of years, I was always like, Black Friday, it's just another sale, for at least for Royal Caribbean. But the last year or two, I mean, last year was insanely good deals. That's the one side. The other side of the coin is that this is a brand new property. There's a premium that's coming with it. And Royal Caribbean is not going to, I don't think Royal Caribbean is going to drop the price like crazy. So if you're holding out for like half off or something like that, I don't see that. Could there be a better deal on the beach club? Sure. I hope so. I'll be looking for it. But it's kind of like, like other things, Cocoa Beach Club, Hideaway Beach. Yeah, those are almost, I don't say given, but I certainly expect there to be some deep discounts there. But for this one, the one in Nassau, I don't know, brand new versus Black Friday, what's going to win out there? Hopefully there'll be a better deal. Hey, Drew, thank you again for the super chat. Wife and I will be on Wonder this in February. Any must-dos? Sure. Mason Jar Bar. You don't have to love country music. It's a really fun bar to go to. Great drinks over there. Check out the special menu up there. Aqua Theater. See the shows in the Aqua Theater, the main theater, and the ice skating rink. Those are really good on Wonder. Spend some time in Central Park. I love the Trellis Bar. It's a great spot to hang out in the evening. Thank you for your generosity, my friend. I just want to say a big thank you to all Drew's given us a super chat here. Christelle, all our friends. Thank you guys for all your generosity. Thank you for being here. Really is my pleasure hanging out with you guys and answering your cruise questions. Of course, super chats are not required. They're not asked for. It's just obviously great if you could do that because it goes right back into our channel. But I want to take a moment here and say thank you because I feel like I don't say thank you enough. So I want to say thank you for your support. Favorite thing to do at the Cocoa Beach Club? Go to the heated pool. I love that heated pool right there. Jeff Burns, I have some mascot ideas. Let me know. No, we're good, Jeff. We don't need anything. Thank you. We're good. We gave at the office. Please do not suggest anything. Let's see here. Christopher Biona. Speaking of generosity, this gentleman here, I think Chris, actually, if your name is Chris, I guess that's a common denominator. Chris Biona and Chris Stell, those guys are here. There's a lot. They're Captain Bob, Susan. It's amazing. Anyway, how do I spot a real Royal Caribbean cruise bargain? So there are two definitions of a bargain, in my opinion. One is a personal choice. Like you might say, that is a bargain. But Kenny might say, that is not a bargain. That costs too much money. And then you would say, Erica needs to book that cruise. But the point is that everybody has their own definition in their head of what a bargain is. And in a lot of cases, it can be very subjective. That's like one area. The other, of course, I think is what you're probably talking about, which is an objective bargain. As an example, the classic answer used to be a cruise fare for under $100, like $99 or less per night, or was it per night or just was it in general? They used to be $99 fares, I should say. They were like last minute deals, usually in September on really old ships. But Royal Caribbean used to have them pre-pandemic. They would have not a lot, but they had them more often. That was like an objectively that is a crazy good deal. I feel like while those deals do exist from time to time, they're obviously harder to find. But these are prices in which basically it's a cruise price that you see and you're like, wow, that is significantly cheaper than it usually costs. But it does require you to track prices and kind of an idea in your head of the range. But really I think I'm going to expand your question a little bit. How do you find bargains? There's a couple ways. Number one, ask your travel agent. I really do mean this. There have been a number of times that my MEI travel agent has told me, hey, there's a really good last minute deal because there's either a last minute deal or a group rate or something like that for this particular sailing. In other cases, the other one that really works out, Chris, is to check out the going, going, gone rates. Just Google Royal Caribbean going, going, gone, and you'll find it there. Max Travel, are you aware that Wonder has a 7-night on May 1st? Yeah, there's a couple like that. Also, Max, Utopia is doing a 7-nighter over Christmas randomly. So, yeah, they do exist, but they're obviously the exception, not the norm. But hey, that's a good point to whoever asked about Utopia. Want to do 7-night cruises? Well, there's one 7-nighter, I think, in December you could book. Excursion for Costa Maya. Maya Chan. Maya Chan, Jeremy. It's not through Royal Caribbean. It's a third party, but just Google Maya Chan. You'll love it. Next question. Oliver, will Royal Caribbean ever offer day passes for anybody at the beach club in Nassau? Do you mean like non-Royal Caribbean? No. They do offer them though for folks for locals that can purchase them, but it's not available to like if you're on board a Disney ship or a Carnival ship. No. Sorry. Let's see here. Holly wants to know, will they ever do a cruise to Quebec City? They used to, but they haven't done it in a couple of years now. So will they ever offer them there? I hope so, but there's no plans as of right now. JC, we saw Saturday Night Fever on Liberty a few weeks ago. Was blown away. We loved it. Could not believe that little production was on a cruise ship. Yeah, I mean that's a Broadway show. I mean, to give Royal Caribbean some credit, but it's a full Broadway show, like Cats or Grease or Hairspray. But yeah, it's incredible sometimes to think that they have that level of expertise on board a ship and that kind of production level. It is definitely impressive. You were not wrong on that. Hey, Nelly, how are you? Good to see you. What up, DoFam? Thank you for the super chat. Does Royal Caribbean Utopia of the Seas have a men's haircut services, and are the stylist barbers comfortable with textured coarse hair? There is a barber. It's funny. I got my hair cut on Independence, and I wasn't thrilled with the haircut. She didn't like zing me or anything like that. But I wouldn't say that I would go back to that particular lady again. Now, that was one person on Independence of the Seas. There is in the salon, they do have for men's haircuts. I would say this. I don't know if you want more than I don't want to say a basic haircut, but if you have something that's specialized, I'd probably not do it on the cruise ship, to be honest with you. It's kind of interesting. I don't know what's been your experience with haircuts on Royal Caribbean? Again, I did one on this past summer in Independence, and I could tell. I mean, I have a pretty easy haircut to do, and I don't think she did a great job with it. But she kept it a little too long, which probably is better than too short. But I was just like, yeah, I'm not doing this again. I had to do it because I was in Europe for 2 months. I ended up actually having a much better haircut in Copenhagen in a random place than that. So I would because you're saying textured coarse hair. I mean, I could say this much: my wife has got her haircut on board. My kids have gotten their haircuts on board. Those are all women, girls, females. So maybe it's a little bit different. I think that's obviously their bread and butter in the salon, as opposed to the men's stuff. But I'll just tell you that don't just go in there blindly. But I doubt you'll get zinged, but like any haircut place you've never been before, there's always that level of like, oh God, you have to wear a hat for a week. Michelle, I dropped my phone. New job made me very tired. Obviously, new cruise. Obviously. Hey, Crawfish 14 months. Thank you for being a club member. 55 days to start. Can't wait. Just someone talking about their block they earned on Star. What is this? Yeah, so there are blocks. I do have blocks on I'm afraid that my books will all fall down because these are as a book on my bookshelf. So these are crystal blocks, Crawfish. When you reach Diamond Plus and 70 points thereafter, you get a crystal block. The crystal block is of the ship you happen to be on when you actually hit the 70-point threshold after 140. And it's a little memento, a commemoration of your sailing history. So they're basically literally crystal blocks. I mean, not crystal, glass, whatever. They're good for bookshelves, giving to my neighbor Kenny, things like that. Nelly, thank you for the super chats. This baseball is officially over. Go Yankees next season. Maybe it'll be our year finally. Oh, happy day one. Thank you for this. Thank you for being a club member. Let's go. Thank you. Welcome. Chris M. Thank you for the super chat. Matt, we really appreciate you. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate you. Very, very kind words. You're always here, Chris. Appreciate the generosity. Let's see. Yeah, Kenny says for going back to like what is a objectively good deal out there. I used to say $100 a day. Now it's like $125 a day. Obviously depends on the ship and time. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, obviously, if you're going on Enchantment of the Seas in January, that number is going to be much lower than Star of the Seas in July, right? Mitchell, has Royal Caribbean ever discussed sports betting on board that you know of? No, but they have done sports betting, not in the way that you do it today. Like, I have absolutely placed bets in the casino on the Super Bowl. It's on a case-by-case basis, but there have been sporting events in which we went to the casino host or the cashier, and we're like, hey, can we bet on the Super Bowl or something like that? It's a straight up bet, like, win or lose, that kind of thing. And I assume it's double or nothing. And I think I've lost every single time. But that has been a thing. But obviously that's on a case by case basis. It's not really advertised, and it may not be offered. But you're talking about like true sports betting, like we do on our phone right now, right? You can pull up the Hard Rock Bet app or something like that. I hope so. I know the Princess has done it. I suspect it's always like all things in life. It's a money thing. Who gets what cut of the money, how much. I'd love to see it, but I'm not aware of any plans as of right now. Cue Royal Caribbean announcing it tomorrow, but yeah. Let's see here. What's the best ship to take with kids, but not the super new ships? We have 6 kids. How new is new? Because I would pick Oasis of the Seas as an example. Oasis or Allure, they're 16, 15-year-old ships. Freedom got an upgrade. I'm going on there to reevaluate it, but I think it's a pretty good choice. It depends on how new you mean. Like, could you pick Ovation or Quantum? Could you pick Harmony, which is 2016? But if you want, like, I think what you're asking is like, Les, I don't want to pay for the Star class. I don't want to pay for the Icon class ships. So I probably taking off the books, Icon, Star, Wonder Utopia, Symphony, maybe. Take those 5 ships out of the equation for a second. Legend, obviously, when they come out. And you limit yourself to some older ships like that. Oasis Allure would be my pick, quite frankly. How's the balcony room on Odyssey? Fantastic. I think the Quantum class the Quantum class ships have, generally speaking, the best layout, one of the best layout setups in the fleet right now. It's really, really good. Josteen, thank you for the super chat. With your drink package not applying to the new beach club, do you think Royal Caribbean will follow Carnival and NCL and do that their private island eventually? I don't think so. I think Royal Caribbean, to their credit, can read tea leaves better than anybody, and they've seen the negative backlash there. I'm not saying they won't do it. I really don't think they will, though. Remember, beach club is different than Perfect Day. And I think they see, they want to make money, but they also really do care about guest experience and guest feedback and gosh, what's it called? The positive reviews. There's a better word for that I'm trying to think of. But anyway, I could be wrong, but I don't think they're gonna go in that direction. Best thing to do in Cozumel, Paradise Beach, not booked through Royal Caribbean, just Google it. Ronnie Bickers Jr. Thank you for the super chat, Ronnie. When you go to the bar and ask for your Crown and Anchor free drink, what do you call them? Oh, I call them diamond drinks. Even though I'm Pinnacle, I just say diamond because if I say, oh, my Pinnacle drinks, first of all, I think I sound pretentious, but also I think they might not. It makes them think. They know what diamond drink is. So basically, when I go there, Ronnie, I say, can I use my diamond drink? Sometimes they actually correct me. Do you mean your Pinnacle drink? Yeah, my Pinnacle drink. But diamond drink is what I say. Pretty easy. Karen, good to see you again. Thank you for the super chat. Can I sign my 13-year-old for Find My Kid thing? It says 12 and under. What about my husband? Unfortunately not. And the issue, Karen, isn't so much like your willingness or your ability to lie. They can see it in the system. And it's only sold at Adventure Ocean. That's the catch, Karen. They don't sell, maybe they do sell it, but when I went to guest services on Star, and I think Craig can confirm this, I asked about the Kids Finder, and you had to go down to Adventure Ocean in order to get it. So when they do that, number one, you have to be registered. If you're not of the age of Adventure Ocean, that's one. And two, they can see you in the system. So long story short, unfortunately not. That feedback, though, has gone to Royal Caribbean. You should put in your post-cruise survey. You'd love to see it for an older demographic as well. But for whatever reason, it's only for kids. Elohim, hey, Matt, how can I get my family to go on a cruise, but they know nothing about the cruise ship? Well, that's where you come in, my friend. I suspect that you should be their, what's the word? Not connoisseur. Their guide, their leader in all this. Gather them around, have dinner sometime, or sit around the table and have a conversation and basically lead the way. But listen, I get you all don't know anything, but listen, I've done my research. Here's what we think we should do, blah, blah, blah. And, kind of lead them in that direction. Honestly, I think that's the best way to go about it. We do some super chats coming in here from Bob from Ohio. Bob, thanks for super chat. With the refreshment drink package, must the other adult buy one? And the answer is no. That rule only applies for the deluxe beverage package. Fancy Pants of the Seas. I mean, Farty Pants is even better than Fancy Pants. Totally will definitely be the name there. Yeah, for sure. Farty Pants of the Seas. Book it. Guys, already you can print out the t-shirts. It's a go. Oh, Happy D again. Thank you for the super chat. Hey there, new member. What's the best ship take kiddos? We have, right. I think I answered this one already for you. But like I said, Oasis Allure. If that's too pricey, Freedom Mariner would be my next choice on that one. Let's see here. Is Mambo Beach at Curacao a good choice? Yes, it is. Indeed, it is. Great spot. I think I started laughing to myself because I think the last time we were there, it's been a couple of years, but we went there one time. The last time we went there with I think my oldest had an utter meltdown over there, and it was terrible. For everyone involved, but otherwise, if your kid doesn't have a meltdown, it's a great time. What's your favorite slot machine for casino points? The Quick Hits. Quick Hits is definitely it's boring. It's all get up because the bonus is not that interesting, but it is a points machine. Why did YouTube change our name? I think it's borked right now. It's showing your actual username, not your real. I don't know. It's just YouTube. It'll be fixed next week, I'm sure. What is the difference between star and icon? Great question. I have a video all about it. You can watch it, and it explains everything. The difference between star and icon. I'm going to give you a link. The short answer, the spoiler answer is not much. They're very similar. Posted the link in the chat for you. Have you ever booked with Cruise Bound? Nope. Chat, hello. No, but I use MEI Travel. I can only tell you this much. MEI Travel is great. Works well. No hidden fees. Their services are free for you to use. I like them a lot. MEI Travel. Just go to realcaribbeanblog.com. Giant yellow form. Fill it out. They'll contact you. Chris Biona coming in with another super chat. Thank you, Chris. Yay, the Royal Caribbean operating out of Colombia. Something new this winter. Kind of neat. I hope that works out. Are there chilly evenings in Western Caribbean in February? No. It might be a little chilly maybe in Florida when your ship either begins or ends the cruise. But in the Caribbean, it's pretty rare, especially in February. January maybe, but it's chilly for Floridians. I'm sure Tony Diaz would be like, that's chilly, Matt. No, it's not. But for locals, it is. Let's see here. Kenga, thank you for the super chat. There it is. Apologies for the loss of my voice due to the air conditioning, but it made mine and Claire's first cruise complete in the Globe and Atlas bar. No worries. You don't have to apologize about anything about losing your voice, but glad we could say hello on board. Man, I miss Oasis. Wish I was still on there. But thank you for your super chat. Appreciate you. What up, DoFam? Thank you again for the super chat. Matt, I missed an opportunity to reserve the Aqua Ice Show for my upcoming cruise. Is there any chance it might open up, or am I out of luck? It could open up, but you're not out of luck. Even if it doesn't open up, just go to the theater about half an hour before the show begins and get in the standby line. You'll probably get in there. Jose, do you wear your Pinnacle name tag when you cruise? No, I've never worn it, not even once. I don't wear it on principle because, unfortunately, there are not every Pinnacle Club member, but there have been a lot of Pinnacles out there who wear their pin and act very pretentious and entitled and jerks, quite frankly. And it turned me off from ever wearing my badge. I think it's in my closet somewhere. I don't even know where it is. But I've never worn it. I never will wear it. I think it's just, I have my issues with it. Primarily, I have issues with people who have given it a bad name, and I don't want to be associated with that. So, yeah. Let's see here. I thought there was another super chat. Did I miss one? Sometimes I do miss them. Nope, I'm good. All right, cool. Back to the questions here. Thank you guys for all the super chats. You guys are amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Welcome, Steve. Can I change my non-refundable deposits to a different ship or sailing? Yes, you'll just have to pay the $100 change fee, Steve. So basically, you pay if it's you and Karen, it would be like $100 each. But yeah, it's $100 per change, I should say. Let me get a drink of water. Ace of Spades, Sweet Lounge versus the Crown Lounge. Which one is better and had better food and drinks on most ships? The Sweet Lounge, for sure. The Sweet Lounge has a much greater variety. The Sweet Lounge has it's Sweet Lounge for sure. I think the variety of food is definitely better. The amount, both quantity and quality, in my opinion, is better up there. So yeah, for sure. If you're staying in a suite and you're a Diamond member, which one should you go to? The Sweet Lounge, for sure. Let's see here. Follow from last week about my problem with ratings. Still haven't heard back from my executive casino hosts. They're trying to charge me. Yeah, dude. I mean, this is unfortunately, I said it last week, and I feel for you, Captain Bob. This is why you really should use a good travel agent and not go through the casino, because your dude is MIA, and now you're kind of like, I obviously can't answer this for you, but I would, in the future, strongly recommend. I guess my only thing to help you in the beginning, in the interim, is I know your dude isn't there, but just call up the casino line, the regular line, and just be like, listen, I usually work with so-and-so. I understand that person's not here right now, but hey, I have this problem. Can you please explain to me what's going on here and why that's the case? And I'm sure they can help you out. I mean, I understand you have a history with some person, but you obviously don't want to be, have something be canceled or go wrong. So might be a good opportunity to give them a call. Let's see here. Ashley's got a question for me. We're at Coco Key on Christmas Day and at sea on Christmas Eve. Any chance there'll be a Christmas mass on the ship? Yes. I would think there's a very good chance, and I think they always have it. I'd say always, but I think there's a very good chance. Marty says, by the way, the tracker bands were amazing on Star last week. We never noticed a lag in tracking. Nice. I've heard very good things about it. When we go on Star in spring break, I'll have my youngest daughter with me, who is of the age to qualify for that, and I will test it out. Although with her, it's pretty easy to figure out where she is. But I'm still want to try that out right there. What are your thoughts on ocean view window rooms versus balconies? It's really a question of cost. There's nothing wrong with ocean view window rooms. I mean, the great thing about a balcony is the fresh air and being able to step outside and look around. I would say this, Cody, it really boils down to how much more does a balcony cost. So obviously, I wouldn't say you should pay any price difference at all to move up to a balcony. But if it's a negligible price difference, then I go to a balcony. So that's fine. Otherwise, I'd be perfectly happy with an ocean view room, and I have been in the past. If you had a cruise on a non-royal celebrity ship, which would it be? Are we counting Silversea? Because he didn't say it, but I think you mean like non-Royal Caribbean group. I've said this before. Carnival. I really want to try the Edge class, right? No, Excel class. Wrong one. Carnival, Mardi Gras, or Celebration. One of those ships. I would love to try out. Jubilee. Just to compare and contrast. So someday it'll happen. Captain Bob coming with another super chat. Come join me next month in Vegas. I have a meet and greet with Mariah Carey. Oh man, if my oldest daughter knew that, she'd be like, I don't know who this guy is, but we're going to Vegas, baby. That's awesome. How cool is that? Have a great time. My wife will never allow me to go there. Not without her anyway, I should say. Let's see here. Heavens to Betsy. You must be special because your username shows up correctly. Actually, the super chats all show correctly. Look, Heavens to Betsy shows up here. And then Captain Bob shows up there. But then when Captain Bob gives a message, it does that. That's very weird. Heavens to Betsy, thank you for the super chat. Sister joining me on Wonder in January, her first cruise. I want to stay on the ship. She wants to experience Nassau. She doesn't want a beach club. Any ideas? So you want to do something in Nassau that doesn't involve the beach? Is that what I'm getting? Ooh. Sound like an owl. You should book a catamaran. It's not a beach. It's on the water. You don't have to go in the water. It's really pretty. It's really easy. I go to catamaran. You might find a catamaran through Royal Caribbean or Heavens to Betsy. Check out like Viator.com. What is the weirdest thing you've ever seen on Royal Caribbean? Like I've actually seen with my own eyes, besides Tony Diaz. Gosh, there must be a really good one. I'm racking my brain now for like what it would be. Weirdest. One of you is going to remind me of something that we did or I've seen that was really weird. Now I don't know. What is the weirdest thing? I don't know. Chat. What's the weirdest thing you've seen? Not the internet doesn't count. You have to have seen it with your own eyes. What is the weirdest thing you have seen? This will be a good screenshot on a Royal Caribbean ship with your own eyes. Mariners or Jays tonight? Oh boy. I guess the Blue Jays. East Coast. I'm gonna go with my East Coast bias, even though it's the East Coast of Canada. But yeah, anyway. Glenn, thank you for the super chat. What makes Brilliance so good versus Radiance Jewel? Good question. They're very similar. Jewel actually, I think, is the worst of the Radiance class because Jewel does not have a pub on board, whereas Radiance, Serenade, and Brilliance do. To be perfectly honest with you, Brilliance and Radiance and Serenade are virtually interchangeable. I have a special place. Brilliance is that's actually a lie. I don't know why. Jewel is my first Radiance class. I just think that Brilliance, because it has a pub, and I went on it a lot because Brilliance used to be in Tampa a lot, so it has a little more of a special place in my heart. But Brilliance, Radiance, Serenade, all good. Jewel is one step below because it's missing the pub, which I think is definitely missing. Captain Bob, holy smokes, Captain Bob, thank you for the super chat again. Have you ever been to Fantasy Island in Roatan? I have not. We're going to Roatan spring break. Maybe we'll check that out. Thank you for the recommendation, and thank you for your generosity as always. Yeah, Sludok says we had last year we sailed on Vision over Easter week and they had mass every day. There you go. Yeah, I think there'll be definitely mass on Christmas. Ryan, thoughts on and tips for leaving at a Galveston flying into Texas? Lyft or Uber to the port's pretty easy. Stay in the Strand neighborhood. It'll be super, super easy on that one. That's definitely a weird one I've seen there. Yeah. See, this one, Jamie, I haven't seen this with my own eyes. So I don't think that one. Have you seen it with your own eyes? If you have, that's a new one. But I haven't seen it with my own eyes. So I didn't count that one. Ron Ludowski. I saw a guy jump in a pool fully clothed while on YouTube Live. Did that really happen? I guess that doesn't count because I didn't see myself do it. Yeah. What are your thoughts on Harmony of the Seas? Love Harmony. Great ship. Staying out of this one. We can't talk about that one. Captain Bob coming with another super chat. I've heard several people that they take their gratuities away and give out the tips individually. What do you think is the procedure? I don't like it, Captain Bob. I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to be real talk with you guys and hope you guys we have an adult conversation here for a minute. Number one, I think people who say this more often than not don't actually tip, or they tip not the way they're supposed to. When Royal Caribbean gives you the opportunity to remove gratuities, the automatic gratuities, to pay cash, what they mean is you tip the people that are supposed to still get tipped in whatever form. Usually it's really meant for you want to tip more than that, so you want to adjust it accordingly. There are some people, not everybody, there are some people who use it as a cost-saving technique. Like, well, I don't want to pay for tips. I spent too much money on this cruise. I'm trying to get money back. I'm angry at somebody, whatever. So they take the tips away. That's like flat out wrong. But the bigger problem with it is that a portion of the gratuities do go to a crew fund on board. And they use that crew fund for medical emergencies, crew parties, special events for the crew, giveaways, parties, so that doesn't go. So obviously that portion of the money doesn't go into it. Now, I'll be honest with all of you. I think that gratuities not being part of the cruise fare is awful and wrong, and it should be part of the cruise fare. We should not be delineating. I've said this before. We should not have gratuities separate from the cruise fare. Like we're pretending that it's not obligatory, because it is, or a compulsory, whatever you want to look at it. So I don't think it's a good idea, Captain Bob. And beyond all those problems, I think tipping with cash is awkward and weird. It always feels like a mafia hit. Like you're like, oh, thanks so much for the service tonight, and you slip them the money in your hand, and they're like, oh yes, you're very welcome. Like, I don't know, they don't laugh like that, but it's weird. I never liked that when it was the old days of that. I think the automatic gratuities are easy, it's simple, and it works. And I don't know, I fear many people who remove them claim they tip in cash, but they're really using it as they just don't believe in it, or they don't, whatever. I'm not going to get into it. I've already gotten too far into this topic that I wanted to get into it. Anyway, that's my, since someone asked my opinion, that is only my opinion. I don't work for the cruise line. I'm not saying what you should or shouldn't do. I'm just simply saying my own opinion basically because somebody asked me for it. BX Nitro, thank you for the super chat. Hey, Matt, 6 days till Allure Transatlantic. Great to see you on Oasis. I'm waiting for the spring and fall repositioning cruises. Any idea when they will be out? So they will be out tied to other deployments. What that means, BX, is when they release the seasonal Caribbean, there will be some there. When there's Alaska, you'll find on one leg there, and then when there's Europe, is one leg there. They basically they don't call out, hey, here's our repositionings. They just include the repositionings with the start and end of a different region. Like Europe is a great example. When you look at the European releases, which are coming out next week, you will see the beginning of it when it comes over, right? And then the end when it leaves, that kind of thing. Good question. Do you think the key was worth it as a solo? Hello, chat. Hold on. Nope. Hello? Am I still live, Kenny? Am I still live? Yep. I don't know what happened there. The internet just disappeared. We're back though. All right. 3, 2, 1. Hello? Do you think the key was worth it as a solo cruiser? No, I don't think it's worth it at all. Unless you can get it for $1 afterwards. Oh, you didn't lose it? Okay, weird. Then the chat is stupid. Okay, thank you, Kenny. No, I just don't think it is. I think it's, unless you can get it for negligibly more than the internet package, I just don't think it's worth it. So I say no. Okay. Since the internet seems to be working, it's not the internet, it is the interface here. We've lost the bleeps, the creeps, and there it goes. Whew. Oh, that's Diamond Dave Grossi. Dave, good to see you, my friend. Jasko, thank you for the super chat. Have you been on every Royal Caribbean ship? No, I've not been on Vision, Grandeur, Spectrum. There might be one more that I keep forgetting about. I'm trying right now. The chat is going. The system is dying here, friend. It's not, the internet's good. From what you can tell, it looks like we're working, but my chat. What a piece of junk. Come on. Happy day. There we go. Thank you for the super chat. Are the departures from most ports only on weekends and Mondays? Does that make sense? It does make sense, but they can be on other days as well. In Alaska, you'll see sometimes they go on Thursday or Friday, which I guess is a weekend. But no, not necessarily. It depends. Some ships will do if they're not doing 7-night or 3-night runs, then they do 4, 5, 5, or 6 and 8 nights. So it can be on other days. Most commonly, yes, weekends and Mondays, but they do vary somewhat. Depends on the general design of the deployment, if that makes sense. Yeah, Ryan, well said. Well said, Ryan. Well said. William Ryman, thank you for the super chat. Completely agree with you. Very well said. Thank you, my friend. I still to this day don't understand why they haven't included gratuities as part of the cruise fare. I think it's wrong. I mean, I think I have an idea why, but I think it's silly. I think they just need to, Anyway. Yeah, it's weird. So you guys are all seeing me. You can see me. It's just strange. The thing that shows up the chat here to do this was just dying, and then it's anyway. Glitch in the Matrix. That's right. Kenny isn't real. Well, that's also true. Kenny unplugged. There you go. There you go. Let's see here. And Bob, I'll make a deal with you. You fly us to China and I'll pay for your Spectrum cruise. No, thanks. Appreciate that. All right, guys. Yeah, I think honestly, Felix, it probably is a tax thing. I think that's probably the reason why. But yeah. All right, guys, we're on overtime here. It is last question of the day coming to us from. Oh wait, we got two questions. Two questions to go. Going on a 3-night cruise at the end of the month, but I don't see a formal night. They have a 70, 80, or 90 night Halloween night, Caribbean night. How do they get rid of the formal night during October? You're on a 3-night cruise. They never have a formal night. This is not a new thing. This is an old thing. They've never had it. They have dress your best. Oh, we have 3 questions left to go. On 3-night cruises and 4 nights as well, they have a dress your best, but since they're adding Halloween, I think that's why you're not seeing it there. So there's never been a formal night on 3-night cruises, or at least since the pandemic. So good news is you're not missing anything. Tone Man, thank you for the super chat. Icon 7-night or Quantum Alaska 7-night. Oh wow, that is that's a tough one. The answer is both. Icon 7-night, but man, Alaska. I mean, I don't know what your cruising history is. Like, if this were someone who's taken, let's say you've taken 5 or 6 cruises in your lifetime, I'd pick Alaska. But if you've only done like less than 2 cruises, I'd pick Icon. Jason B, thank you for the super chat. I leave for an 8-night. I think this is our last question of the night. Leave for an 8-night cruise on Oasis 11 days. I love Hideaway, but $133 seems high. It is very high. That is a really high price. I would not pay that. I've gotten it much less in the past. Chances of it going down. Slim to none. You're going on 11 days. I was gonna say, hey, good news. Wait for the Black Friday sale. But my friend, at this point, I would not pay $133. I think that is way too high. That is too darn high. You should instead just do something else for free there. Go to Oasis Lagoon. It's a very fun. You'll have a great time over there. So, yeah. All right, guys. It is Tony's bedtime, so we got to head on out of here. Thank you all so much for joining us here. Amazing support, as always, in here. You guys are fantastic. Thank you so much for everything. Thank you for joining us here. We'll be live next Monday right here on YouTube. And until then, have a great week, everybody. Stay safe out there. Do something fun. We'll talk again very soon right here on YouTube. Good night, everybody. Bye, everyone. Good night, Samantha.